Very good evening to all of you. We would be starting with the webinar soon, another 5 minutes. Very good evening to all. I hope I'm audible and visible to all of you. I'm Dr. Reshma M. Gopan, Assistant Professor at Dr. Kakala Subbarao Center for Healthcare Management at ASCI. And I'm also a dentist, and then I did my Healthcare and Hospital Administration MBA. So it was not long ago that I was on the other side of the table. Multiple times this question came, what after BDS? So our webinar today is going to focus on what are the growth prospects for dentists post management degree, and what can be the career options. We have expert speakers for the same. So let me welcome wholeheartedly all the principals, faculty members, our esteemed speakers for today, and all the students and dentists who have joined us today, taken their time out. Thank you so much for joining us. So before I delve into this topic and invite our speakers to go on with their speak, but before that, let me just give you a little bit about what ASCI does and what is our center based out. May I request you to please move on to the next slide, ma'am? Thank you, ma'am. So Administrative Staff College was established in 1956. It is a government-based institution, and it was the first management institute for practicing managers. So as of now, we have trained multiple number of civil servants and other mid and high level managers in different domains. So we have almost 11 centers which are dedicatedly, involved in training of managers across public sector and private sectors. And we do conduct long-term programs. As of now, we have two long-term programs. One is by our center, which is the postgraduate diploma in hospital management, and the second one is the postgraduate diploma in general management. As of now, our institution is headed under the able guidance of Shri K. Padmanabhaya Garu. He is former Home Secretary with the Government of India, and he's been playing a pivotal role in establishing the rules, regulations, and day-to-day operations in ASCI. So the backdrop that you see here is of our ASCI Karitabad campus. It is a heritage building. It is a Nizam's Palace. It's also called as Bella Vista. So thank you. For the next slide, ma'am. Yes. So this is a small roadmap just to tell you about our center. So amongst the 11 centers that I mentioned, ours is a center which belongs to the healthcare fraternity. So we started off by being a center for healthcare management. This was in the year 1998. And we had three pillars in our mind when we started with this center, which included consultancy, research, and training. And as part of training, we had something called as a MHA program, Master of Hospital Administration, which was jointly done with Johns Hopkins University, USA, and Hinduja Foundation, which we ran up till 2005. In 2005, our course was remodeled with the AICTE approval and termed as Postgraduate Diploma in Hospital Management. And we are so proud to say that this is now the 18th batch that is running with us in the year 2024, and the intake for the batch 19 is progressing. Our center was renamed as Dr. Kakala Subbarao Center for Healthcare Management in the year 2022. And this was because of the proud privilege that we had with us renowned radiologist Dr. Kakala Subbarao sir in our advisory board, academic advisory board, and he contributed in his will some of the fund, seeing the kind of wonderful activities that the center performed. So our center was renamed after him. So the one you see here on the right is our campus in Banjara Hills, where our healthcare center operates. Thank you, ma'am. For the next slide, please. Yes. So just talking about briefly about the recent projects that we were involved in. So as you can see, this is the Telangana Health Vision 2030 document that was released by the Federation of Trade and Commerce in India, which is in the Hyderabad. We work with them to find a solution to multiple problems and to address things. So we held a lot of stakeholder meetings and we did a lot of research in this. And we are happy to say that not only us, our students at that time, our batch 16 students were also part of this. And Dr. Raga Sanjana, who's also a dentist, also was taken as, one of their employees in FTCCI later. So this was a very recent development that we had, and we gave this proposal or this vision document to the government of Telangana recently. For the next slide, ma'am. So this is some of the other projects that we were involved in. So on the left, you can see a field visit, which was done for a UNICEF project. It was a study on IFA dot implementation. On the right, you can see a training that was given to the National Health Authority employees, which was a very recent event. These were mid-level managers from the National Health Authority. On the left side down, you can see the batches from CARE group of hospitals. So Pan India, we are organizing leadership management programs for the CARE group of hospitals, and successfully the third batch has passed out recently from us. And on the right side, you see is a field visit of UNICEF ASCII on Anemia Mukt Karimnagar. Again, our students were also involved as part of the field study. So this is a little bit about our center. Without further ado, let me now, introduce briefly our guest speaker for today. It's an honor to have you here, sir. Welcome, Dr. Isaac Somel, who is BDS PGDM HM. He's currently the Chief Operating Officer at Kamineni Hospitals, Hyderabad. And he is our esteemed alumni of Batch 8 PGDHM, and with over a decade experience in the administration and hospital operations. He's been one of the most sought after clinicians who turned administrator across the country. So we're really happy to have you with us. His expertise lies in clinical and administrative operations in multi-specialty hospitals, and he's been handling large teams under his able guidance. Once again, welcome you, sir. And we wish to know about your success journey, and we wish to know that how can a dentist or a clinician change himself as a successful administrator? Over to you, sir.
Good evening and thank you. It's a privilege to be here talking to all of you. I am a 2005 batch BDS and 2015 pass out from PGDHM, and I have spaced my career across at a very early stage. I knew what goals I wanted to have before, but since all our dental friends are here, I would want to say that uh, there is a choice you need to make in terms of corporate world and the public health world. Okay. When I say corporate world, it includes private hospitals, the insurance sectors, healthcare consulting firms, uh, quality, NABH, JCI at one angle, human resource management, marketing and supply chain. All this, dentists would be very good because we generally have a good patient interface, right? We are very happy people who like interacting with patients, and we've got good interpersonal skills. So that would be a value add for any dentist joining any of these sectors. Now, personally, in my personal view and in my personal career, I've chosen the hospital segment, and I had started off with Virinchi Hospital from its brick and stone construction. I was a 32nd employee there, primarily because I was seeing an IT company getting integrated into the hospital sector, which was quite fascinating for me because I just passed out then and I wanted, a real ground experience as to what would happen, to know the basics first. Um, because I had read hospital management through ASCII, and I would simultaneously, Google up different universities and read the same topics again. So I have been an avid learner that way. Yes, I have keen interest in biostatistics and mathematics, which has helped me out, and uh, a little bit of polishing on the computer side in terms of IT. I think that would help everybody in terms of data integration, data management, understanding what numbers are, understanding what numbers come from which part of the hospital, why should we know. All that part will be taught to you in the course. So from there, once I understood the system, I got, a couple of promotions, and after that, I was offered to be the operations head for a Parkway Pentai hospital, uh, which is run by a Singaporean group, a Malaysian group, sorry. And that was Aware Gleneagles Global Hospital. It's now called Gleneagles Hospital. So I was taken into the operations head role there. And successfully, we had turned it around up to 14 crore top line revenue. Um, yes, so there is the time where I had the opportunity to uh, meet up large teams, the operations team, the billing team, the housekeeping, the finance team, the supply chain team. My role had become suddenly, a very diverse role there, where I had to get into the intricacies of the hospital. in terms of understanding what vendor management was, understanding on one side what HR and quality was, the need for people management, how soft skills would help me in upscaling the hospital. There are small things which join the bits and pieces to make hospital and revenue. From there, I was after a couple of years, roughly around a couple of years, I got a role at Apollo General Hospital, where I was made a senior medical administrator. And after that, here my role comprised of the medical part as well as the operations part. And finally, we started up a department of pediatric cardiology and thoracic surgery. The general hospital was very different. I also wanted to have that kind of experience because I've never worked for a general and a medical college hospital. So I had got that opportunity in Apollo. And there also, we had different gamuts of people, different departments to deal with. The segment was completely different, in terms of, MCI, census, the the inspections which would go on. That was one. Post that, I got an offer from Kamineni Hospital, which is located at King Koti, and I was promoted to becoming the chief operating officer there. And here they were direct reportees to me, and I was responsible for the P&L of the hospital. P&L, for everyone in bits and pieces, is the profit and loss statement of the hospital. So in the hospital management course, which you would do, you would have a topic on finance part one. I mean, it's placed across semesters, where you would understand profit and loss statement, the balance sheet, and the cash flow statement. Here is where simple logic and numbers are required. With experience, I'm sure everybody will be able to do it, because most dentists, right from the time they're in their internship, they want to open clinics, do practice, and then have a couple of years experience, or directly would want to open their clinic or go for PG. Even after PG, you would need this. So clinic expertise you will get. I mean, you could get by understanding this course as well. That's it. And apart from that, yes, I would want to mention. So I had also been a part of the National Health Mission for the government of Telangana. I was district quality assurance manager at Yadadri Bongiri district, and I used to report to the collector there. And there, the program was in terms of implementation of national quality assurance standards. This was the project which was given to us. And there is a book, like how there is an NABH textbook, there is a book for NQAS also, which is required for government hospitals. Yes, for all budding dentists, if at all it is hospitals and it is operations, I would want to let you know that you have aspects in two terms. Here, one part would be completely clinical operations, where you can look at roles like assistant medical superintendent, a medical services head. And then you could also look at non-clinical operations, which would be an operations head, an AGM operations, a GM operations, and then you could scale up to a COO. But then please keep it in mind that if you're looking at becoming a COO or the head of a hospital, you need to have the clinical acumen and the non-clinical acumen equally on your side. And that's when you make a successful COO. And yes, very openly, it is business which is there. And when you are a dentist and when you've got a management degree, the market expects you to know something clinically and to know everything non-clinically in terms of management. And once you have a degree, you're supposed to perform. Then you can then probably it's only a matter of time where you can scale up. That's a little bit from my side. Okay, apart from this, opportunities wise, you can look at healthcare IT, where you can look at electronic medical record implementation and training, where different processes of a hospital are designed into a software, and you get training on that, and later on you train people below you and then grow in terms of healthcare sector. Also, another vertical you can look at is the insurance sector, where again your clinical acumen is used in terms of claims, and you can slowly scale up the ladder there as well. Other opportunities in hospital probably include, yes, healthcare finance. That's when you're with core finance. But definitely, please take it from me that the P&L statement is made by a CA, and we understand and we need to understand finance from hospital management courses, because we need to understand what they are telling and what they're explaining in those statements. That is why we need to learn healthcare finance. Very, very intricate part of hospital management, running of a hospital. Supply chain management, yes, we have a lot of procurement and vendor management, which we need to know. We need slowly, when you understand and do the course, you'll understand about what margins are, at what margin you must buy, at what margins you must not buy. For those people who are looking for stability and for a a settled role, we always have quality and human resource management. Quality would mean typically uh, getting the hospital ready for National Accreditation Board for Hospitals, NABH. And then if facilities are good and supportive, they can you could actually look at a hospital going for a JCI accreditation, which is an international accreditation, and then so forth. I mean, so on. You can look at nursing excellence programs, emergency medicine quality program. You can look at that part, and also there is human resource management where you can become market HRs. HRs have a steady growth in the market, and they look at recruiting people. Having clinical acumens, there'll be definitely recruitment of doctors, nurses, allied hospital staff, which will be under your control. And then it takes some time to grow in that field, but then yes, it's a stable career as well. Okay, that's all from my side. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, sir. I'm sure that now they have a brief about how to go about it, and probably by the end of the session, they can come up with some questions which you can help them out with. Thank you so much,
Sure.
sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Now I would request our faculty, Assistant Professor at Dr. Kakala Subbarao Center, Dr. Priyadarshini, to kindly come forward to give a brief about our program that we do in management. Ma'am, please.
Yes, madam. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. As I am Dr. Priyadarshini, I work as Assistant Professor with Dr. Kakala Subbarao Center for Healthcare Management. Just to introduce myself to all of you, I am also a dentist. Did my BDS from Mamta Dental College, then went on to pursue my master's in hospital administration. Currently working as Assistant Professor at our center. And at our center, we have a 2-year long duration program that is postgraduate diploma in management, specialized in hospital management. And as Reshma ma'am said, this program has been running from 2005. And currently we are into admissions of the 19th batch. And it is a 2 years long duration, 2 years full-time program. And it is with a lot of pride, I would like to express that till now, till the 17th batch, all the eligible candidates have got 100% placement assistance. So with that background, let me start. Let me tell us about the highlights, few of the highlights of our program. Like it is a blend of both academic and non-academic activities. Coming to the academic activities, we have an academic advisory board chair. Like as Reshma ma'am said, it was Dr. Kakala Subbarao sir. And after that, it is Padma Shri Dr. P. Raghuram Pilarasetti sir. And sir is practicing world-renowned breast oncosurgeon. He has a center of Usha Lakshmi Breast Cancer Foundation. Apart from that, in association with KIMS Hospitals, he has been he was, honored with the prestigious Officer of Most Excellent Order of British Empire in 2021. And as heading the board, sir constantly gives us inputs about the industry requirements. And as a result of which, our curriculum is not a constant kind of thing for all the batches which come. It is constantly renovated, it's constantly modified as per the requirements of the industry. Apart from that, we have a lot of workshops and certifications as per the requirements of the industry. Even in the coming week, our batch 18 students have a workshop on Lean Six Sigma. And then we have a lot of eminent internal faculty with a lot of industry connect. As Reshma ma'am has mentioned, our institute, ASCI, is renowned in training for public sector units and all the mid-level managers. So our internal faculty who are already experienced in training the experts in industry, so the students get a flavor about the industry requirements as well as the theoretical knowledge. And apart from that, students also have the benefit of getting an exposure to live projects. As ma'am had said, our core functions are research, training, and consultancy. And whenever we have projects coming up from UNICEF or from Government of Telangana, we also involve our students as part of those projects. And being a practical kind of subject, all our teaching is mostly activity oriented. We have less of classroom sessions, less of theoretical classes, and more of more practical kind of sessions like presentations, role plays, management exercises, games, field visits, etc. And then we also have, though we have eminent internal faculty, we don't confine to themselves. We also have visiting faculty who are experts in the industry. For example, we have some experts coming in from Armed Forces Medical College who take sessions on ethics and legislation in healthcare. At the same time, we have quality consultants who goes for assessment of the hospitals, who would be training our students on quality on the subject module of quality in healthcare. So we bring in also the experts to give them the industry perspective. So we take care of the all-round development of the students. And apart from that, there is summer internship for a period of 2.5 months. And conferences are a part and parcel of the program as any professional course. Coming to the non-academic activities, we have lots of health awareness campaigns, cultural activities like any college. But then I just wanted to highlight on the strong alumni connect. Like we have the connect of 16 batches and 16 batches of postgraduate diploma in hospital management. And before that, we had 6 batches of MHA, Master of Hospital Administration, which was run in association with Johns Hopkins University, Johns Hopkins Institute. So as a result of which, we have a lot of our alumni settled in top management positions overall the country. And as you heard, Dr. Isaac Sommel, he's also one of our alumni. So we have a strong connect with our alumni, which actually helps us in providing the placement assistance to our students. And apart from that, they also have regular sessions with the alumni, which helps them to seek guidance from the seniors. And then being the Institute of Public Importance, we also have a lot of interactive sessions with leaders from government and private bodies, like the ministers from the government and different very PSUs and renowned institutions. Whenever they come to visit the ASCI for some other purpose, we make it a point that they interact with our students to give them a different perspective. So that's a brief about the academic and non-academic activities carried out at our institute. Moving ahead, there is a broad skeleton of the different courses which are offered as part of the course, as part of the program. But as I said, this is not a fixed kind of curriculum. There are changes. Now, this does not include the elective courses which have been included for the students. And if you see, the first 3 trimesters are part of the first year. And then we have second year with summer internship and internship in placed organization. So basically, the student hardly spends a time of 1 year or maybe 12 months or 13 months in the campus. The remaining time, the students are busy in the industry, learning from the industry in form of summer internship. And the course is designed such a way that they get placements before the course is completed. And as a result of which, they gain experience as well. So the things which are highlighted in red here are in the industry. And coming to a brief on the different domains which open up after doing this course. Though we name it as a hospital management course, though we call it as a hospital management course, our course is a kind of fulcrum which opens up avenues in different domains of healthcare. Like Isaac Sommel sir spoke about hospitals. When we speak about hospitals, in hospitals, we have different types of hospitals, be it government hospitals, private hospitals, single specialty, multi-specialty, for-profit hospitals, not-for-profit hospitals. And in each hospital, you have different departments. Like you have quality, as he spoke, you have operations, you have marketing, and multiple other roles in the hospitals. And then public health and NGO is one important aspect, which is demanding, like we hear about a lot of national health programs being implemented by Government of India. For these programs to be implemented in the country at different levels, at the national level, state level, district level, they require program managers to be part of them, to get a proper implementation and to reach the grassroots. And so that comes under your public health and NGO. And then we have consultancy and startups. Apart from that, health insurance, like sir spoke about private health insurance. Apart from private health insurance, our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi sir has started with this National Digital Health Mission. His aim is to provide a proper digital infrastructure, integrated digital infrastructure. So there are a lot of avenues opening up under this health insurance. You also have Ayushman Bharat, which has a cover to all the people, to all the eligible population. Apart from this, we also have a lot of diagnostic chains who require managers for the multiple chains which are being run in various urban and suburban areas. Apart from that, medical devices company also requires a technical expertise about a clinical expertise as well as a management expertise in running their organization. And healthcare IT is one of the important growing sectors. Probably from COVID times, it has seen a boom, like owing to the lot of technological developments and the penetration of artificial intelligence in the recent times. There are a lot of issues which can be resolved with the usage of technology. And healthcare IT plays a very important role in that, providing good solutions for the problems faced in the industry, and as well as implementation of electronic health records. All of these come under the healthcare IT domain. And moving ahead, coming to our placement companies, there are different organizations where our students have been successfully placed in the different years. And then a few glimpses about the various activities. This was one of the activity conducted, like whatever non-academic activities I had mentioned in the slide about the events, cultural events, festival celebrations, health day celebrations. All of those events are initiated and held by our students. They actively participate in organizing such events. We are the guests in the events. So as I said, our course focuses on complete development. Then these were the few glimpses of the panel discussion which was held. We had eminent speakers from NGOs, from UNICEF, from the police department. And these were the few cultural activities which were carried out in the event. And a few glimpses of the guest lectures, like our Foundation Day lecture was, a special chief guest was Shri Amarendu Prakash sir. He is the chairman of Steel Authority of India. Then few of the field visits which I had mentioned, like this is a visit to Sparsh Hospice, a palliative care center, and then these are the visits to Usmania and Gandhi hospitals. Apart from this, they also had visits to private corporate hospitals and even Apollo Telehealth recently. And these are the few glimpses of the conferences attended by our students, and few of the activities as carried out by our students taking initiative of social responsibility. They have been educating students, people from an NGO at Warangal about health, good health practices. And these are the few of the guest sessions. She is Dr. Sangeeta Reddy ma'am, Joint MD of Apollo Group of Hospitals, addressing our students. Then sir is Shri Devanand Koltodi sir. He is the regional CEO for Aster Prime for the group of, for the regional CEO for Telangana and Andhra Pradesh cluster, and few of the cultural activities. And this is the image of the recent batch of batch 17, which have been successfully placed. And this is the convocation ceremony of batch 16. So for any further queries, we will catch up at the end of the session. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much, Priya ma'am. It was definitely insightful, and students could know a little bit about our program. Thank you, ma'am. Going forward, it's my pleasure and honor to be welcoming now our second chief guest, Dr. Sumalata. She's BDS, PGDCE, MSc Psychology, Medico Legal Consultant. So she's a dental surgeon with 7 gold medals and 2 IDA awards. She has over 15 years of experience in private practice, and she's holded different positions like a clinical embryologist, a consulting psychologist, specialized in counseling of children, parenting, family, marital affairs, etc. She's also a certified medical legal consultant for over 5 years. And most importantly, she is a wonderful entrepreneur. And as of now, she's a founder and CEO of 3 different things, that is Anjana Kruti Enterprise, Apna Health Online, and Apna Fertility. We are so glad to have you around here, ma'am. Thank you so much. And we would like to know more about your journey from a dentist to an entrepreneur, as well as we would like to know that, what are the growth prospects for our students or, dentists, budding dentists to step into entrepreneurship. Thank you so much for coming.
Hi, hello. Thank you so much, Dr. Reshma, for having me. So that was lovely, and lovely to interact with you people again. Yeah. So hi, friends, all my dear dentists. Hope you're all doing good. We all have plans to have a fresh start. I hope have you made up your mind, or you're still trying to figure out things, what can be done after dentistry? Something like next 20, next 20. It's like the same question we kept on hearing for a while now. After 10th, after intermediate, after your graduation, again, you still stand in the same way. I was standing in a similar position. So after my graduation, I have explored many options. I've traveled Middle East. I even tried my best over there. Now, after I was back, I started setting up my own clinic because I was doing well. But at some point, it's like entrepreneurship is like a kida. It will not leave you. So you feel you're not full. You still need to do something. So in that case, like at a point, you would encounter in your life that okay, now this is to be done. This is the right time that this thing is to be done by you now. So I have figured out something like that. Of course, I'll talk about my story subsequently with the slides we go. And finally, I'm here today talking to you. Hope you all are doing good. So let's best wishes for your fresh start. So venturing into something new, of course, what do you feel? After dentistry, you can set up a practice. Okay, setting up a practice to an extent, theoretically, it might seem easy, but practically, there are many things that you need to manage. Even right from starting a dental clinic to managing something very big as a Cloud Dental. Everything needs to be managed. The funder here is only management. If you're able to manage things, be it human resources, be it material, be it a patient, be it a procedure, any sort of thing, if you're good at doing the management part, you are successful. That's what I want to talk about. Of course, we don't want to limit ourselves to dentistry. If any one of you want to limit yourself to dentistry also, the management part is again difficult. I bet telling you, because in fact these days managing the human resources is like a tougher section. We have been practicing for 15 years now. There are many like the total perspective of dental practice is changed. Previously it was like more of word of mouth. Now that social media is like on the rise, I don't call it a rise, I call it a boom. In fact, many people are doing reels and posting things, content on social media. It of course has good and bad. Of course, the perspective of your practice is totally changed these days. No, like even an old patient doesn't want to come back and wait for you at your clinic. So it is all again how you manage the situations, right? So let's learn something through the slides. I hope I would be helpful. So I've done my graduation in dentistry. I passed out in 2008, post which I was practicing for a while. Of course, I had a pain point of being infertile for a while, for a quite long time. That was 10 years. So that's when I developed interest in the field of infertility. So since I couldn't get back and do my MBBS again, I was eligible to do an embryology. Embryology is something we make test tube babies in the lab. So I've done my master's in it. And of course, psychology is my field of interest. So I've also simultaneously done a master's in counseling psychology. Of course, whenever you want to do something, any sort of things, like these days we get to see more of this sort of news saying that a root canal is failed, a patient has gone to a consumer court, and the doctor is fined, the dentist is fined with around 10 lakhs or 5 lakhs and all. So it is always good to have a basic idea of medico-legal compliances in our country. So that has given me some interest in this field. So I have done my medico-legal consultant course as well. So, okay, now entrepreneurship, it's been like a kind of a kida that I was telling you. Every other person is thinking of doing something of his own. So what exactly is entrepreneur and a business? Being an entrepreneur or getting into a business, what is the difference? You set up a clinic, it is just a business. You are investing money and you're getting it. If you think differently and do something new, you fill a gap, you solve a problem which isn't being solved until now, then that you've been called an entrepreneur. So there is a tiny difference between, or line of difference between being an entrepreneur and businessman. Business is something, a commercially viable item, but on enterprise or setting up an enterprise, being an entrepreneur is it comes from a passion. You will have to stand out of things, stand out in the crowd, right? So the next slide, please. So what makes the difference? Your confidence, of course, at any point of time. See, not every person is as lucky as that Mr. Ritesh who started Oyo, right? So even if we see certain failures, also you should be as confident as day one, right? The vision of your passion, how you want to solve the problem, right? It shouldn't be diluted at any stage of your implementation. The passion that drives you, the adaptability to listen and adjust to certain circumstances, of course, your proactivity or doing something before it is actually needed, innovation, of course, and the ability of risk taking. It is the key factor in being successful. And your networking helps you in reaching out to more and more people. Your leadership defines your capability to run the enterprise. And finally, to sustain the enterprise is what you need. The next slide, please. The management, right? Okay, so why I put it in red? Until we learn or until we are totally acquainted how the things go, it is always a tough task. If you're trained in it, if you hold a degree in it, it would definitely be easier, right? Next slide, please. So what is the primary quality that makes you an entrepreneur? It's just the opportunity. Someone like a person who started the KFC, he has seen the entrepreneurial opportunity at the age of 60 plus, right? What age you are, it doesn't define your ideas of setting up an enterprise. It is the opportunity you have been looking for, that seeking for the opportunity. You screen whether it is commercially viable one or not, and then you absolutely grab the opportunity. That is what you makes you different or stand out of the crowd. Next. So what exactly is the opportunity? Of course, we might do certain side hustles or something. Any hustling thing is not a bigger opportunity, but opportunity is something which should be commercially viable. It should actually be kind of, it should justify your time that you have spent, the money you have spent on the idea. And like you have sown a seed, and it should definitely justify the efforts that you have put into it. So building up a commercially viable enterprise is much important these days. Next, please. So I've been talking about all these. So now there are many questions that might be going around, like how and what. Let's try to solve some. Next, please. Okay, so do you think being an entrepreneur is your cup of tea? Taking challenge or being confident and staying back confidently, consistently on the idea, be it you encounter any kind of hurdles in the way and route your success, डट के रहना है ना, तो ऐसा can you manage the show? Do you think it is your cup of tea? Let's check. Next, please. So identify your skill set. So if you are serious thinking about doing something of your own, innovatively, creatively. So the first thing is just jot down the list of your skill set. What are you good at? Everyone is unique. Everyone has a unique quality of doing something differently. So identify your skill set or the pain point, like how I have done. I am into the fertility field now. I've been counseling people over 400 plus now for the past 5 years, making them naturally pregnant. That's out of my pain point. Now it's my passion doing that. Or any sort of your daily problems that you see in your life. I'm sorry, I forgot the name, but someone who has transcribed they have made the audio version of Braille to help blind people. That's something like you see a problem in the daily life, you want to help them out. So that's how you can bring in a solution to a problem. Or you can turn your hobby, which might be unique to you, you can turn your hobby into your profession, something you're really passionate about, of course. Next. So what's next? So now that you have made the list, make a business proposal out of it. How to make it? It's like you will have to figure it out whether it is a product-based business or a service-based business. I know a dentist, she was a junior in my college. She's into the nutritional aspect of it. So she didn't want to do the service kind. So what she's doing now, she's developed products by herself. Sort of weight loss things, skincare things, millet protein things, dietary things, and all kind of hair oils, the cosmetic range. She has a good range. She's doing good. It is like a product range business. And the service based is you are good at talking something, or you're good at counseling people. You can offer your services. You can take up classes or something. That is a service based business. Next, please. So how are you going to do that? Next. So for everything, we need to have an ideation phase. That's what I asked you to jot down the ideas, and you make a business plan out of it. You first validate with the potential customers. That is what we call a validation phase. Who you think you are your potential customer target population. You will have to randomly pick people. Don't go with a biased people. Do not go with your family people. They are always they might be supporting you or kind of misleading you as well, out of the love and concern towards you. So validate with the right target audience, and of course they give their input. So what you do is reiterate your plans. That is what we call a modification phase. And finally, once you're done with the final plan, it is now time for execution. Sorry, next please. So this you get across any Google. So this is what we call a lean canvas. You can figure things out with this. This helps you in making a proper business plan. The first is the potential problem that you're trying to solve. The second is who are your potential customer segment. The third being how uniquely you're going to offer services for them. What the other existing service providers are doing, and what is your unique point in that. And fourth is the solutions that you're offering them. Fifth being the channels. How would you reach out to your potential customer segment through what medium, like social media or paper pamphlet distribution, interviews, or sort of things. And next would be your revenue streams. How would you generate money through them? What are the channels of revenue generation? Seventh being, what are your expenditures, your expenses? And eighth is the key metrics. Key metrics is something after 5 years or 1 year. I mean, what is that measures your success? All these points. And ninth being the unfair advantage, like the has that was the unfair advantage, the tagline. Okay, so what is the unfair advantage of your proposal? So make a list of it, keep reiterating it, discuss with, validate with people, your potential customers, reiterate, and finally make a final plan. Next, please. So let us talk about some people who are dentists and who are successful too in their own enterprises. So first, I would like to talk about this lady. Does anyone of you recognize her? Next slide, please. She is Dr. Tanu Jain. She is a dentist by graduation. She has cleared her UPSC civils. She has served the government of India for 7.5 years as a IAS officer. And finally, she's out of it after a brief service of only 7.5 years. Now she's set up something called the Tathastu ICS of her own. She's managing that really well. Next. So these two gentlemen, anyone of you heard of Dental Cart? They have found, the one on your left is Dr. Vikas Agarwal. He has found a gap of supply of dental materials to dental clinics. So he has put something, a kind of Amazon to dentists. So it is now a 150 crore business. So that is Dr. Vikas Agarwal, CEO of Dental Cart. He's a dentist by himself. And this team. So any cricket fans or movie lovers here heard of Virat Kohli couple? So these people, they have hired them for branding. Not only hired them for branding, they are also part of investing team of their brand, that is Tootsie. Next, please. So Tootsie, I hope Tootsie doesn't need any introduction. So they are again a team of dentists. Only a couple of them are dentists here. So yes, Tootsie is a very big brand because Virat Kohli charges 9 crores for endorsements. Next, please. So he's Mr. Amardeep Singh, I guess. Yeah. So he is the owner of the biggest or the largest dental chains in India. He's not a dentist, but he is a management guy. His empire is 124 crores. Being a dentist, we couldn't do that. Because he is a management student, probably that is secret behind his success. Yes. Next, please. I hope many of you who were preparing for NEET PG would be knowing him. He is like Dr. Srikanth, an endodontist. He started something, MDS Conquer. He was good at teaching, preparing notes, kind of mnemonics. Yes. So he's the founder and the owner of MDS Conquer. Next. This lady, she is Dr. Neelima. She's a dentist again. She is founder of Cocotan, some products based out of coconut. So she's doing good. She's profitable now. So we have seen this, the list goes on. Next year when I talk, I want to see some of you in the list. So what is the final guide that I can tell you? It's not only the ideal plan and the timely execution, but to achieve a sustainable growth and success, the key is management, right? Yes. Next. So let's start with taking baby steps. If you're sure of doing something of your own, the baby can walk confidently, but if a parent holds her or his hand, the confidence they get is unbelievable, right? ASCII is trying to offer you certain such support. So let's start taking baby steps. Small steps are definitely equal to sure success. Stop thinking and start doing today. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Suma ma'am. You have given them a lot of informative pieces of evidence, and you have once again proved that an entrepreneur is the best planner. So you have given them everything from how to plan to how to execute, and you are a living example to that too. Thank you so much for joining us and sharing the insights.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. So now we are open to questions. So all the students, faculty members who have joined us, anyone wishes to ask us any questions, our speakers are more than happy to respond. So kindly you can use the chat box or you can raise your hand and we'll allow you to speak. So please let us know your queries. Isaac, sir, am I audible?
Yes, please.
Sir, so one question for you from my end, sir.
Yes.
Just have heard that the dentists, when the clinicians, when they turn from a clinical side and they go into administration, there is a thought process shift that happens. So, can you tell me any, few pointers how, you dealt with those kind of things and what were the thought process changes that happened to you when you came to the other side of the table?
See, once you finish your management course, your thought process is set as to what you're supposed to do. The thought process which comes out from any management person after studying management, a doctor or a non-doctor, is to set right that he has to put his feet and go forward and scale up. Now, to be humble, to be low, to learn the basics clinically and non-clinically, and to move forward with whatever little work you get in the hospital to start off with, and to just keep doing it sustainably, correctly, and with equal efforts. Okay, wholeheartedly, because there's definitely a subject shift, there's a chain shift, there is a clinical side, there is a non-clinical side, that part definitely comes in. But then the mindset with which you go forward, a positive mindset. See, a guy who's looking, or a guy or a girl who's looking at growth and prosperity, will definitely have a strong mindset. Positively, you're supposed to go forward. This is what is my take, because there are things to be done clinically as well as non-clinically. And when you're working in a hospital, like someone like me, you would definitely see where you can make clinical changes. You would definitely have view on your non-clinical changes as well. So I don't think there would be a shift of mindset. Yes, before you get into a job, there's a shift of mindset, probably thinking, oh, what will happen? Maybe this, maybe that, maybe, I'll be shifted on one side and not. But no, practically on ground, things are very different. Both aspects of the coin, the clinical side and the non-clinical side, are to be there with a management person also, with a clinical background. Okay, so I
Right.
think that should be least of the things we should be worried about. I think we should just go forward positively. That's all.
Thank you, Isaac, sir.
Yeah.
Priyadarshini ma'am, we have a question for you. How can we expect the salary package after completion of course? Probably they are asking about our program, PGDHM.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. So keep speaking about the packages after this program. The first 3 years, I would say it would be, initially entry into the industry would be based on the experience, the clinical experience and the clinical degree you have. Apart from that, they would, like, the first 3 years, you should be investing to learn more from the industry, and then it would be a smooth growth on the ladder. To start with, it is around 35,000 per month is usually a minimal package which a BDS graduate can expect after the course,
Yes, ma'am.
if it is hospitals. And this package also changes with the industry the student chooses. For example, healthcare IT, the packages are completely different. Usually students start with a 6 lakh per annum, or maybe around 6 lakh per annum, depending on their experience, as I said. So it varies as per the industry also. Hope I answered.
Yeah, thank you, Priya ma'am. Suma ma'am, there is a question waiting for you. So they ask if masters or MDS becomes important to jump into the entrepreneurial side, and this is from the Tirumala Institute of Dental Sciences. Student has asked, Sunidhi has asked this question. Ma'am, we are unable to hear you. I think there is a network issue. Suma ma'am?
Hello?
Yes, now you're audible, ma'am. Should I repeat the
Okay.
question?
No. Masters or MBAs is not at all required. Even a graduation is not required to get into entrepreneurship. It's the idea. Ritesh is only 12th dropout, I guess. He's the youngest, richest entrepreneur in India. Right? It's the idea, the innovation, or the problem that you solve, and how effectively you solve and reach out to people. That's more important.
Yes. Any other questions? So you would be provided a feedback form on the chat box. All of you who have attended, kindly fill in a feedback so that we know that next time what are the different things that we can incorporate. And I'm damn sure that this webinar of 1 hour has been of prime importance to all of you who are taking a step towards deciding which vertical to choose from. And I sincerely thank from the bottom of my heart on behalf of Dr. Kakarla Subbarao Center for Healthcare Management, ASCI, all the panelists, the different faculty members who joined us, and all the students across India who joined us today for the webinar. We hope that this association continues and we introduce more and more webinars for your benefit. Thank you all for joining once again, and get in touch with us with the website that has been provided and the link. Please let us know how we can help you. Thanks a lot, all of you. Thank you. Thank you, Isaac sir. Thank you, Suma ma'am. Thank you, Priya ma'am, for your efforts. Thank you.
Thank you so much, madam.
Priya ma'am, there is one more question that has come. I hope you are audible. Yeah. So there is, what is the most suitable course for a BDS graduate?
Okay, as Suma ma'am has already mentioned, it depends upon your interest area, like what is that you're looking for yourself, and maybe what is your vision for life. Like what is that you want to get into? If you're good at managing things, definitely a management course would definitely add on. And be it a clinical experience or a non-clinical experience, if you want to get into hospitals or managing an organization or maybe start up a clinic, these skills would definitely be useful. Management is a kind of practically oriented subject. It is an interdisciplinary course, so that would be applicable to anyone. But then I would just say that depending upon your interest area, you should be able to decide.
Thank you, Priya ma'am. I think we have another
And
question from Sunidhi. Yes, ma'am. Priya ma'am, you wanted to add something?
yeah, just wanted to share with the students that we are planning to conduct a series of webinars. Like today, our focus was on hospital management, and career in hospitals and career as an entrepreneur. So whatever domains we had discussed previously, all those experts we are trying to bring in. So please add in your remarks also whenever you're filling the feedback form.
There is one more question from Sunidhi. She says that, ma'am, I want to study cosmetic surgery and already talked about skincare on social media. So is it a good step that I have taken?
I want to, like social media would be a good platform to start with, like trying to understand what is that you're looking for, like what is the innovative product or service you're planning to get into the market, trying to understand the market requirements, trying to understand the customers' expectations. All of this would definitely help. But then when it is a specialized kind of course like cosmetic surgery, as you have as we listened to Dr. Sumalata madam, like she was a dentist, then she was interested in psychology, then she gained a professional qualification in psychology and further pursued many other courses depending upon the interest. So when going for something like cosmetic surgery, I would suggest doing some kind of professional courses in that would help if you're really keen on that.
Thank you, ma'am. I hope all of you have filled in the feedback form. Thank you so much once again from our side. And please get in touch with us with the number that has been provided. We are anyway there to help you out. And please visit our campus also if you are from Hyderabad. We are in Banjara Hills. Anytime you're welcome to visit us. Thank you so much once again, all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.